So you're like, spiders? Glowing? That's not a thing. But here's the kicker, some spiders actually glow in the dark. Like, literally. It's like if your cat got a glow stick and started doing yoga. But how do they even see in the dark? I mean, they're not like, oh, I'll just use my phone light. They're stuck in the dark, like a human trying to find their keys in a pitch black room. But wait, how do they navigate? Are they like, oh, I'll just follow the glow of my own light? No, it's more like they're using their own glow as a beacon, like a lighthouse for other spiders. So, the real question is, why do they glow? Is it for mating? Is it for revenge? Or is it just because they're a bunch of glowing weirdos with no life? But seriously, it's a weird, beautiful thing. Like if you had a pet that glowed, and it was also a master of the dark. It's like a superhero, but with more legs and less cape. So what exactly are we talking about? Let me be clear, glow-in-the-dark spiders? That's not a thing. Wait, no, actually it is. Some spiders do glow in the dark, but not because they're magical or glow-in-the-dark stickers. They glow because of a special protein in their guts. Imagine your gut is a tiny light show, and you're like, I'm not a glow stick, I'm a spider, but I glow because I'm full of this glowing protein. It's kind of like if your insides were a disco ball, but you're still a spider. So yeah, you're not just some random person scrolling through the internet, you're actually a key player in the ecosystem. Like, you're the reason these spiders can glow without getting eaten. Imagine if you were a glow-in-the-dark superhero, but instead of saving the world, you're just trying to find your way home in the dark. That's basically what these spiders are doing, and you're the reason they don't get lost. Like, you're the secret light source in the dark. No, really, you're the reason they can navigate without getting eaten by other creatures. So next time you're in the dark, remember you're not just a human. You're the reason some spiders can glow like a disco ball without ever touching a disco ball. In short, you're not just a random person. You're the reason these spiders can glow like they're on a dance floor and still find their way home. Pretty cool. Hi. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't a thing. Wait, no, they're not. I mean, some spiders do glow, but they're not the ones you see in the dark. They're more like the glow-in-the-dark spiders you see in the dark. Wait, no, that's the same thing. I'm confused. But here's the thing, the glowing spiders aren't actually glowing. They're reflecting light, like a disco ball in a spider's belly. They absorb light during the day and then shimmer like a disco ball at night. It's like your phone screen after a long day of use. So when they're in the dark, they're not actually glowing. They're just flashing like a disco ball. That's why they're called glow-in-the-dark spiders. Wait, but they don't glow. They just shine. It's a bit of a misnomer, like calling a disco ball a light bulb. But then, what about the real glow-in-the-dark spiders? Oh, wait, they're not real. They're just a myth, like a glow-in-the-dark dragon, or a glow-in-the-dark toaster. Both are real, but not in the way you think. So to recap, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't glow. They reflect light. They're not real. They're just a fun concept, like a glow-in-the-dark toaster, or a glow-in-the-dark dragon. Both are real, but not in the way you think. So, imagine you're a spider, but you're also a glow-in-the-dark superhero. You don't need GPS, you don't need a compass, you just glow like a tiny lantern and walk around like you're in a spooky Halloween decoration. But wait, not all spiders glow. Some are like the shy kids in class who don't want to be seen. They use other tricks, like sensing vibrations or following the smell of their prey. So, the glowy spiders are like the ones who wear neon bracelets to the party. They light up the dark and don't need to ask where they are. They just know. But here's the kicker. Even though they glow, they don't light up the whole room. They're like a tiny flashlight that only shines on themselves. So they still need to figure out where they're going. In the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like us. Some use light, some use vibes, and most of them just want to eat bugs and not get eaten. That's the spider life. Okay, so first thing first, these spiders don't actually glow. They're just super good at pretending they do. Like a kid in a dark room holding up a flashlight, they're basically the spider version of a nightlight. But wait, they don't have a flashlight. They have something called luciferin, which is like the spider's version of glow sticks. It's a chemical reaction that happens when they're exposed to light, kind of like how your phone screen glows when you turn it on. So they're not glowing all the time. They're like the spider equivalent of a night owl who only comes out when the lights are off. They charge up their glow sticks during the day and then turn on the lights at night. But here's the thing, their glow isn't just for show. It's like a built-in flashlight that helps them see in the dark, but also helps other animals find them. Kind of like a neon sign saying, I am here, and I am totally visible. So to recap, they don't glow all the time, they charge up during the day, and their glow is like a glowing signpost that says, I'm a spider, and I'm not afraid of the dark. Okay, so they've got this glowing stuff, but how do they actually use it? Well, imagine your phone flashlight except it's on their belly. They use it to light up their path, like a tiny lantern. It's not like they're holding a flashlight, though. They're basically glowing from the inside out. Now, here's the twist. They don't just glow all the time. It's like a nightlight that only turns on when it's dark. They have this special protein that glows when it's super dark, kind of like how your eyes get better in the dark. But they don't need to see just to feel their way. So, they're not looking around like a regular spider. They're more like a glow stick on a walk. Their glow helps them know where they're going, kind of like a built-in headlamp that only works at night. It's not about seeing, it's about sensing the light around them. And here's the kicker. They can glow even if they're not moving. It's like having a light-up sticker that sticks to your skin. They glow when they're still, too. So even when they're sitting, they're kind of like a glowing traffic cone in the dark. So in short, they've got this super cool glow that helps them move around in the dark. It's like a tiny disco ball that only shines when it's pitch black. And honestly, it's pretty awesome that nature made a spider that can light up its own path. So, they're not just glowing for show, they're basically using their own light like a nightlight. It's like a spider with a tiny lantern trying to find its way through the dark. But here's the twist. They can also sense the light they emit. It's like when you flash a light in the dark and you can see where it bounces off the walls. They're basically doing the same thing with their own glow. So, they're not just glowing, they're using their glow as a map. It's like if your phone had a flashlight and it also told you where the light was hitting the floor. This is super clever because it means they don't need any extra tools. They just use their own light and the way it reflects. It's like a spider with a built-in compass and a flashlight. So, next time you see a glowy spider, imagine it's like a tiny, glowing superhero navigating the dark with its own light. Pretty cool, right? So, what's really going on? These spiders aren't just glowing like a disco ball in the dark. They're using this glow to sense the world, like a tiny, glowing radar. It turns out, their glow isn't just for show. It's actually helping them see in the dark, kind of like how some animals use bioluminescence to find their way around. They're basically using their own light to make the world more visible. Imagine if you had a flashlight built into your skin, wouldn't that make everything easier to find? And the glow isn't random. It's actually structured like a tiny, glowing flashlight. Some of them even have patterns in their glow, like a little glowing barcode. So yeah, these spiders aren't just glowing. They're using the light to navigate, find mates, and maybe even scare off predators. It's like a spider with a built-in lantern. Science says it's cool. I say it's spooky. Either way, it's a glow-up for the spider world. So imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, but instead of glowing, you're just a disco ball and a pitch-black club. You're the only one with lights, and you're trying to find your way home without tripping over your own legs. You're like a glow-in-the-dark glow stick, but you're also a master of the dark. You're not just glowing, you're using your glow as a map, like a streetlight in a world that forgot to turn on. You're basically a human glow-in-the-dark spider, but with more legs and less patience. You're using your glow to see, but also to signal to other spiders that you're not lost, just glowy. So in short, you're a glow-in-the-dark spider with a built-in flashlight, but you're still kinda lost. And that's totally okay. It's part of the glow. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Stanley Quencher 40 Oz tumbler. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. Okay, so they glow, but they still have to find their way around. Wait, how did they not get lost in the dark? It's like having a flashlight, but also being in a pitch-black room. How do you navigate without seeing anything? Turns out, they use their own body glow to light the way, like a built-in headlamp. It's not just for showing off. They can see their own glow, like looking at a light bulb in a dark room. It helps them stay on track. So, glow isn't just for being spooky, it's also a survival tool. They're basically tiny glowing lanterns. So here's the first myth. Glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to navigate like a lantern. Nope, that's not how it works. They're not like glow-in-the-dark stickers on a nightlight. They don't have any special glowing parts that help them see or move around. They're just regular spiders with a cool, spooky glow. It's more like a neon sign than a navigation tool. The glow is more of a warning to predators, not a map. It's like if you wore a neon sign that said "I'm delicious" on your back. Not helpful for finding your way home. So, they probably just use regular spider senses, web vibrations, smell, and maybe even echolocation. The glow is just a bonus for us humans to stare at. In short, the glow doesn't help them navigate. It's more like a party light for the creepy crawlies. Don't let the glow fool you. They're still just spiders with a light show. Okay, so here's the thing. Glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. I mean, they do kind of glow, but it's like a faint light, not like a neon sign. They're just using bioluminescence, which is a thing that some animals do, like deep-sea creatures or fireflies. But wait, if they don't glow super bright, how do they even see? Oh, right, they probably use other senses, like sensing vibrations or heat. It's like if you're in a dark room and you're not using your eyes, you just feel around or listen for things. So the idea that they glow so bright they can see is kind of a myth. They're more like the shy, glow-in-the-dark version of a bat, using echolocation or vibrations instead of light. It's not a superhero spider, it's just a spider with a little glowy flare. So, to wrap this up, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't navigate by glowing. They're not like a glowing lantern in the dark. They use other tricks, like feeling the air or hearing things. It's like if you're in a dark room, you'd use your hands or your ears, not your glow stick. So next time you see a glow-in-the-dark spider, don't assume it's a light show. It's probably just a spider doing its spider thing, trying to survive. And if it's glowing, that's just extra flare, not a navigation tool. Pretty cool, right? You know those stickers that glow in the dark on your phone case? Those are basically spiders with a glow stick on their back. They're like the ultimate nightlight, but with 8 legs. Or that glowing stuff you put on your shoes to see in the dark. Yeah, that's just a fancy spider with a light-up collar. They're basically the original bioluminescent sneakers. Even your glowing emergency exit signs are basically spiders in a suit, giving you a heads up when it's time to leave the building. So next time you see something glowing in the dark, remember, it might just be a spider, dressed for the night shift, doing its job. So here's the thing, I found this spider in my kitchen, and it was glowing like a disco ball. I was like, hey spider, are you trying to start a club? Turns out, it wasn't a disco ball. It was just some random chemical reaction from the glow stick I left out last year. That spider's basically a walking glow stick. But here's the twist, it still managed to find its way to the corner and hide under a plate. Like, I'm not a disco ball, but I still know how to party in the dark. So even if it's just a glow stick, it's got the navigation skills of a seasoned spy. Maybe it's been training in the dark for years. Point is, even if you're just a glow stick, you can still be a total pro at navigating the dark. Just don't try to start a club, you'll get kicked out. So here's the kickers, some glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the spider version of a neon sign. They glow so hard, they could probably light up a whole cave. I mean, they're not just glowing, they're basically walking light bulbs. It's like they've been given a glow stick and told to never stop shaking it. And guess what? Some of them are so bright, they can actually see in the dark. Like, they're not just glowing, they're also like night vision goggles. So yeah, these spiders are basically the ultimate survivalists. Glow so hard, you can see in the dark. No need for a flashlight, just a little bioluminescence. They're like the spider equivalent of a disco ball. Always lit, always visible, and never going out of style. Glow on, glow on, glow on. Okay, so what happens when the glow goes out? Well, the spider's like, oh no, my glow stick just died. It's like a disco ball suddenly turning off in a dance club. No light, no style. They can't see anything. It's like trying to find your keys in a pitch black room with your eyes closed. You're just hoping to stumble on them, but you're also accidentally knocking over a lamp. So they just float around aimlessly, like a drunk person in a maze. They're trying to find their way, but they're basically just walking in circles and getting more lost. Some spiders might try to eat their own web. Like, I can't see anything, so maybe this is food? They're basically just making a snack out of their own house. And then they die, not from starvation, but from getting too confused and just giving up. Like a person who's lost in a city and decides to take a nap instead of asking for directions. So you're like, wait, glow-in-the-dark spiders are super cool, but what about the ones that aren't glowing? Are they just like, lost? The truth is, most spiders don't glow. They rely on other stuff like web vibrations or smells to find their way around. Glow is basically a bonus, not a requirement. So yeah, not all spiders are glow-in-the-dark superstars. Some are just regular spiders with regular spider skills. They don't need the glow to be awesome, and that's why you don't see them on the brochure. They're not the flashy ones. They're the quiet, reliable, non-glowing ones. Like the backup plan. So next time you see a glowy spider, remember there's a whole other bunch out there doing just fine without the light. They're the real MVPs. So, how did we even figure out these spiders are glowing? Turns out, scientists are basically like, oh, I wonder if this spider is a glow stick in a spider body. They used UV lights and cameras, which is basically like using a flashlight and a phone camera, but more science. It's like a spider version of I'm a glow-in-the-dark raccoon. Eventually, they realized the glow was coming from the spider itself, not the walls or anything. It's like the spider is a tiny disco ball made of bioluminescent glitter. Now they know the spiders are glowing, but it's still weird. Like, how do they even use that glow? Are they like, I'm a glowing spider, I'm the main character of my own story? So, scientists used light and cameras, and now we know the spiders are glowing. It's like a mystery solved with a flashlight and a little bit of luck. So, what if a glow-in-the-dark spider gets eaten by a glow-in-the-dark frog? Does it still glow? Probably not, because the frog's just a regular frog with a glow-in-the-dark costume. And now the spider's stuck in the frog's belly, which is like a black hole for light. It's like if your phone got swallowed by a black hole. It's still there, but you can't see it anymore. Imagine a glow-in-the-dark spider trying to navigate a pitch-black cave. It's like trying to find your way home in a dark room with only a glow stick. But the glow stick's in your pocket and you're blindfolded. You just feel around, hoping to find the light. Now imagine that spider is also a glow-in-the-dark spider. So it's like a glow stick in a pitch-black room, but the glow stick is also the only light in the room. It's like being the only person in a room with a flashlight, and you're trying to find a door, but the door's also the flashlight. So, what happens if the spider dies? Does it still glow? Probably not. Because once you die, you're not emitting light anymore. It's like if your phone dies, it stops glowing and you have to charge it again. Unless you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, and you're also a glow-in-the-dark corpse. In the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are just spiders with a glow stick. They navigate by feeling around, and sometimes they glow, sometimes they don't. It's like being a glow-in-the-dark person in a dark room. You're the light, but you still need to find your way out. So what if we tried to make a glow-in-the-dark spider that's like a tiny, spooky lantern? Imagine a spider that glows so bright it's like a tiny disco ball in the dark. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Kindle Paperwhite e-reader. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. Would it be like a spider with a built-in flashlight? Or maybe it's just a spider that's been told it's a glow stick and doesn't know how to stop. Or maybe we could use them to light up the dark corners of a cave, like a spider version of a flashlight. But then, would they be the spooky version of a fairy light, or just the spider version of a campfire? Either way, it's a little bit terrifying and a little bit amazing, like if a spider and a disco ball had a baby. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.